Here we are, live in Houston, Texas at this week's Ask Ron at the Quick Start Real Estate School. And we have with us the Wolf couple, as some of you may know, and we have Andrew, who is one of our mentors that is joining us this week at the Quick Start Real Estate School.
Tell them who you are, Andrew. Where are you from?
Andrew Schlag from Evansville, Indiana.
And how long have you been on Planet Ron?
Between 4 and 5 years.
How many houses have you bought?
About 250.
About 250. Oh, that's a good start.
And how old are you, Andrew?
26.
And you met Ron when you were 21.
21.
And Andrew and Ron and us own a mobile home park together in Indiana.
That's right.
We did a shared deal, so that's part of the mentoring.
Okay.
All right,
First question.
so here we are with question number 1 is from Gabe.
Hi, Gabe.
Gabe's question is, I have been calling a lot of sellers, and so far it has been a lot of no's. I feel like I come on too strong when I ask them for terms. Do you build relations first or just get to the point?
Well, that depends on who's on the end of the phone, doesn't it?
Good question.
Mr. Brian, why don't we start with you?
No, let's start with Andrew.
Okay, we'll start with Andrew.
I'm curious what Andrew does.
Do you build relations first?
Do you build
If
rapport?
there's a good, if I feel there's a good reason to, I will go ahead and make a little bit of relation talk. But most of the time, about 10 seconds of that, and I get right to the point.
But
Okay.
I build rapport fast, and I have a 3-minute sand timer, so I get on and off the phone fast. So if it is a no and a suspect, I will not be on the phone more than 3 minutes. I have a 3-minute sand timer.
And Brian?
Okay. The real point here is, are you doing opening calls or closing calls? If you're doing an opening call, and this is a raw lead off Zillow you're calling, generally I don't want you spending a bunch of time building rapport, but get to the point relatively quickly and find out if they're in or not on terms. If they might be flexible, just let them know. Do you think you might be able to give us a little time to pay you off in full? So get to it quick. But if this is a closing call, if one of Ron's VAs or somebody has done a FISBO call for you, got the information, and this person says yes, that they have already willing to entertain terms, that's when you build the rapport. That's when you go into it and take the time in the beginning. If you got a yes lead, that may be the yes lead that is the deal of the month. That may be your deal this month. And so
We sure had some good deals here this morning, didn't we?
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
only
man.
ever.
Killer deals this morning.
Yeah.
All right.
These are leads we called last night at the Quick Start, live on stage.
So the question was, do we build rapport or not? What do you think I do? I want to get to the point as soon as possible, but it ain't like I don't, break the ice and introduce myself. And I start the conversation with just the script. I got all the information here. So what you don't want to do is go read all the stuff you've already got them to answer already. You don't need all that stuff.
Right.
That's right.
I got the information here, and my indication is that you would accept a monthly payment until we pay you off in full. Is that correct? If the answer is yes, what rapport? Go right to the big 4. Go down to the bottom and get the answers to the questions you need answered. And by the way, while you're watching and while everybody else is watching, this is what we're going to be dealing with here in a couple of weeks in Jacksonville at our Mastering the Phone event. You've got to be at this thing August 6, 7, and 8, where we practice these calls like 3 days, overcoming fear. And this is where we're going to take the time to get you good at this so you don't make all these calls and get all these no's.
Yes.
Now, and I can promise you it's your fault, just for the record. It is your fault. You're doing something wrong, but we can't tell you what that is because we're not hearing your calls. By the way, this event is free. That's right, F-R-E-E, free. So if you can't afford that, we'll loan you the money, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Guys, this initially was $1,000 to get into this. We decided this was so important. Ron decided that we offered it for free, and so there's going to be plenty of folks there. We're going to be there helping facilitate. You're going to be doing role plays, working on the scripts, and really getting good at the most important part of this business.
All right, go on the website and get registered. And if you still got room, because we were just about full when I left a couple days ago.
August 5 through
6, 7, and 8.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, question number 2 is from Scott in Detroit, Michigan.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Scott. Scott Cusack.
Yes.
That's my student. Hey, Scott.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, so Scott is asking, with a land contract, if we are not taking title until property is cashed out, what entity name would you recommend we put as buyer on the purchase and sale agreement, since a land trust is only good for taking title? Andrew?
It's 3 letters.
Did you understand my question?
I didn't.
What entity do you put at the top of a land contract? The answer is your LLC.
Yes.
Your LLC, 3 letters, LLC.
Now, even if you want to put it in a land trust, Ron taught us this.
No, can't put it in a land trust, because if you're not taking title, there's no way to fund the trust. So you can't use a land trust on a land contract or on a lease option.
But if you're doing our standard purchase and sale contract, and you're worried, should I put my land trust in there as buyer or your LLC? Remember, it says assigns in there, so regardless of what you put in there.
But that's not the question here.
Yeah.
You're just making stuff up. Shut up.
It's being informative.
Okay, there's a second part of this question. Once land contract is ready for cash out,
Yep.
can we then change buyer to a land trust at the time of closing?
What are you talking about? Your buyer is the person buying it from you. Of course, your buyer can take title any way they want to take title when they're cashing you out. That's their business and their problem. But I can assure you, if you're selling this to an owner-occupant, they don't know what a land trust is. So they'll take title in their own names. But sure, a buyer could take title in a land trust. But if I were you, I wouldn't be having this conversation with it. Because they'll think you're weird and trying to scam them or something.
Okay, so this next question is question number 3 from Harry W. Ridge III, president of Progressive Real Estate Solutions, LLC, from Frisco, Texas.
Oh, Frisco. I
We're
know
in
Frisco.
Texas.
So,
Frisco.
Harry Ridge III is asking, Ron, I have a new C Corp for my wholesale deals and short-term flips only. On some of these transactions, I do a straight assignment. On others, I close and own the property anywhere from a couple of minutes to a couple of weeks. I am in process of filing my first corporate franchise tax returns with the state and need to know what NAICS code I should use. None of the codes seem to be a good fit. Please don't tell me to ask my CPA because he doesn't know.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because I can't see the codes either. I'm not from Texas. So you're going to have to ask somebody. I don't know the answer to that.
Guys, that's why everybody needs an attorney. While we can give you awesome advice on investing, we're not an attorney right in your area.
I don't know what a difference does it make. Pick the one you think is the closest and name it. What difference does it make?
Yeah.
All right, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.
That's the final question for this week's Ask Ron. There aren't.
Really?
Yeah, so now you can say what you need to say, Ron.
I don't need to say anything. I mean, everybody's aware of the event coming up. It's free. If we got room, you better get registered for that. I don't know what else to tell you.
What about what's happening next year in 2019?
Well, we got a summit coming up at the end of January. And in fact, pre-registration is over for that. Price on that just went up $100. It's going to go up another $100 pretty soon. So you can check all that out on ronlegrand.com. And if you're watching this, it's your Gold Club member, so I am sure you've already been told about it at least 10 times. And if you haven't, you will be. So very easy information to find.
And if you want to see some awesome deal structuring from the live seller calls, Ron did a Facebook Live today.
I did.
Right.
And you could share it.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's
Oh,
posted,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
If today's deal structuring is posted, go find it on our Facebook page.
Yep.
Yes, Ron
Our
LeGrand.
Facebook page, but boy, those were killer deals.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
those are the deals we just were
$100,000
talking
equity,
about.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and you could actually go in there and they're so good, they're worth sharing.
Yeah, these were deals we closed last night live on stage, and we went up and had the students sit in the hot seat. And you'll actually get to see us and Ron talking to them and grilling them and what's your exit strategy, and we really go through the deal structuring. Ron's the best at this, so definitely catch that at
Okay,
Facebook Live.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.